Hey, in this video we're going to talk about something I like to call passive training. Anything your dog is doing when you pet it is what you're going to be specifically rewarding and enhancing. One of the most, this is my buddy 11 by the way, who's going to be helping us out. One of the most common mistakes I see people making when they have a dog 11 size is the puppy jumps up on them and they reach over and they pet the dog. Well, what you're doing is you're actually teaching the dog that jumping up on the human is the best way to get the human to give you attention, because we do it every time the puppy jumps up on us. What is cute when the puppy is this size will not be as cute when the puppy is this size, I promise you. And so I would recommend, number one, don't pet your puppy when it jumps up on you. And as soon as it jumps up, stop. And as soon as it gets down, start to pet it. So what you're saying is when you get down, you become very attractive to me, I want to pet you. When you jump up on me, it causes me to freeze and stop petting you. Now, dogs learn through repetition, consistency, and good timing. You have a window of 3 seconds to correct or reward a dog for them to have the ability to make the connection. So timing is everything. You want to do it as quickly as possible. As soon as the puppy jumps up, and as soon as it gets down, reach out and start petting it. I was going to have 11 demonstrate, but as you can see, she's an out-of-control dog. This is one of the easiest ways that you can train a dog, is through what I call passive training. So in order to do this, what you want to do is simply give your dog attention within that 3-second window every time it does something that you want. So let's say your dog walks up to you for no reason. You don't have a treat, you didn't entice it, you didn't look at it, it just happened to come up on its own. You reach over and pet it and just say the word come, or here, whatever your command word is. Be careful you only use that one command word. Not good here, not good dog, just here. I use here for my dogs, come is fine. You can come up with unique words that are besides those two, but I usually find most people use one of the two. So every time your dog comes to you on its own, pet it and say come. Every time your puppy sits down next to you on its own without you influencing it, reach under its chin and pet it and say the word sit. Every time it lays down, pet it and say the word crash. Now, I'm saying to pet your puppy under the chin because when a dog feels good about itself, its body mechanic is to have the nose parallel to the ground or tilted upward. Those of you who've seen your puppy steal maybe some underwear or some shoes, walking around the house with its nose in the air, it feels really good about itself. Well, consequently, we want your puppy to feel really good about itself by doing things that we like, which is why we call it passive training. It's just, you have to be observant, and every time your puppy does the thing you want, you just instinctively pet it. If you have a family or other people live with you, I recommend you come up with a watchword, like recognize or reward. So if I'm sitting here and 11 were to walk up to me and somebody over here saw it, they saw 11 walk up, that was 1 second. They told me recognize, that's 2 seconds. I have now 1 second to start petting the dog to meet that 3-second window. So if somebody says recognize, you just look at the dog and I would say crash, which is my word for lay down. If the dog's standing, you assume it came and just pet it and say come. If it sits, pet it and say sit. I taught my puppy Quest to grumble using this technique. Every time I would come home, he would be excited, he would bark, he would jump up, and he would go, yes, 11 likes that. Up, that's one of the commands we're going to talk about in a later video. And so every time he did that, I would pet him and say the word grumble. And so now, if Quest wants attention from me, he will come up and go, row, 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 to get my attention. Now, your puppy will also start doing this for the other things we talked about. So this is called manding, or social manding, or learning to mand. And basically, M-A-N-D, not demand. So basically what will happen is after a while, the puppy will come and sit in front of you saying, hey sucker, I'm sitting down, what's your problem? Why are you not petting me? This is the proper way I've been taught to ask for attention, sitting in front of people. The more that you pet and reward your dog for the desired actions and behaviors, the more your puppy will offer those behaviors independently, proactively, as a way of getting your attention. A little sidebar, most of my clients, as a dog behaviorist, train their dogs to misbehave. Your puppy steals your slippers, you get up and chase your puppy. That's a lot of fun for your puppy, and you're training your puppy, steal my slippers is the best way to get my attention. So when you have a puppy, this is why we like to set up a long-term confinement area, which we will talk about in a different video, but you want to remove temptation so your puppy doesn't get in the habit of doing that. But a lot of us, our puppy jumps up and, like I said, we pet. Our puppy barks, and we're like, it's okay, buddy, we're petting while you're rewarding your puppy for barking or chewing your stuff or whatever it is. Now, if your puppy is nervous or anxious and you pet it, you will make it more nervous or anxious as well. Now, if, let's say 11 wasn't anxious and I wanted to help 11, I can lay my hand on her and let her know I'm here with you without amplifying it. But as soon as I start petting, I'm going to reward and amplify that. So this is probably the easiest thing you can do for your puppy. If you get in the habit of doing this, and after about a month, you'll do it for the rest of your life, you won't even think about it. Passively train your dog. So every time it sits, pet it, say sit, or whatever the command is. I would also recommend you name all of your toys. Every time it brings you the alligator, pet it and say alligator. Every time it brings you whatever the toy is. Now all balls can be ball, all bones can be bones, but name a nickname for each individual toy or that your puppy has or item, so your puppy can actually go and retrieve you the alligator on command. So this is what I like to call passive trading.